What's going on, YouTube? I'm back at it again here. Had a customer complain on this Daikin VRV system here. We got a E3 alarm on it. So if we look at our app here, we're gonna type in E3. That's gonna read high pressure switch activation. Alright, so we're gonna get up there on that rooftop unit and see what's going on here, and I'll take you guys up. Yeah, so we're back at it here again. We'll take a quick peek at this unit, see what's going on with it. It is a RX YQ 120 VRV3 unit. It's got the E3 alarm on there, which is a high pressure fault. I tried resetting it at the indoor unit and it tripped almost instantly. So I know that unit did not even run for it to trip here, so I'm trying to do this with one hand here. Alright, so as you guys can see, this unit is in fault here. So we're going to take this cover off. We're going to check the high pressure switches. We're going to check the transducer. I've already had the computer hooked up on it, and so I know what I'm reading here. So we're just going to see if we're reading correctly and go from there. So give me a second. Let me pull these covers off and hook up, and then we're hooked up over here on the high side. I got my smart probe right there, and we're going to see what that pressure is here. So as you guys can see, it's 207.2 psig. So we're gonna go over here, and on this unit, the high pressure switch is right there on that red plug there, and we're gonna measure between white and black, and we're gonna see what the voltage is reading here. So I got my meter set on DC, so we're gonna measure between white, get up in there. A little easier getting here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to do this with one hand here, but let me see if I can get up in there. Alright, gonna go between white and black, and we have 1.55 volt DC. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get on back on that Daikin app. We're just gonna make sure it's reading right, which I'm pretty sure it is, because like I said, it is showing me the correct pressure on the service checker. So we're gonna go here to transducer, and we're gonna put 1.5, and so as you guys can see right there, I got 1 point, I don't know if you guys can see it, let me see here if I get in the shade here, but so yeah, 1.5 volts DC, and it corresponds to 200 psi on 410A. So this is and we're running at 207, so I don't know if it'll let you do that 0.55, but let me see here if it will. Yeah, it does. So if I did 0.55, it's 210, so we're in the ballpark. It's reading correctly there. So the next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna let's look at the high pressure switches on this unit and see if they are closed. So right here is your high pressure switches. They come back up and they go up to these two plugs right here, X2A and X3A. Let's just make sure here we're looking at the right stuff. So here's your board here, and here's your X2A and X3A right here, and they go to S1 pH and S2 pH. So if we go over here, S1 pH and S2 pH, pressure switch high off the A1P board. So So let's go ahead and look and see if those switches are closed. So they are I think 208, 230 volt switches here. So we're just gonna go across it real quick and just see if they are closed. I'll hit the back side of it. Yeah, so we're closed there. Don't get anything there. And we are closed there. So if I went to ground, and I just noticed something here as well too, guys. So I'm gonna show you guys what I see here, but I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. But let me get an easier ground here. But alright, so I'm gonna go on that one switch there. Got 250 volt, 250 volt. And here we got 250, 250. So the switches are closed. So okay, so this is just what I noticed here. This here is your ground protection board. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that little red LED light right there is lit. So that tells me this unit's in a ground fault, or a ground leakage board. It's got ground leakage on it. So we're gonna have to check out this ground leakage and see what the ground is. Could be these pressure switches. I do think that that's an E2 alarm. I've had that before. So we're gonna look over here real quick and check that out right quick here on the app. So let's go to there, let's go to hit E2. I think it's an E2. Yes, that's right. So we got a master outdoor unit earth leakage detection, and I have something, I know this has something to do with the high pressure. See, okay, so ensure the high pressure switches and high pressure sensors are reading correctly. Okay, so this fault is stating that there is a ground leakage detection on the system. This fault can also be generated by the high pressure switch becoming open circuit, whereas the high pressure sensor is reading a normal discharge pressure within the system. Okay, so what we want to do, we're going to check to see if anything's grounded on this system here. So give me a second here. Let's take a quick peek. Actually, I need to go turn power off to the system real quick, and then we'll see if there's. So we're gonna check to see if there's anything grounded on this system here. One thing I did notice right now is I had started a little early, but I was taking apart these compressors here, and there was a bunch of what looked to be rat or maybe squirrel droppings sitting on top of this compressor. All of it fell down there. Not sure if you guys can see that or not, but there's like a little nesting deal going on over here. There's a bunch in there. I can see more over here and a little acorn right here. So now I'm kind of curious if something might have chewed these wires or chewed on some wires and is causing some sort of ground leakage somewhere here. But so we're gonna have to go through this whole entire unit, all the electrical, and just make sure that we won't have anything going on over here. I'm not seeing much right now. How in the world would a rat and a squirrel get in here is news to me, but you know, there's a bunch of droppings in this unit here. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything that looks like it's been chewed on or really shorted right here. I got a feeling that's gonna be their problem though. But anyhow, I'm gonna have to go through it, like I said, go through this thing and see if we see anything going on here. So let me go through it a little bit. I'm just gonna be checking everything to see if it's grounded, and I'll get back to you guys and see what we find over. Alright guys, so it took me a little minute to see what was going on here. I made the compressors made out good. I couldn't find any short on the system here. However, I did find a few things. I found one thing that's kind of a little odd to me, so I'm gonna share with you guys and see what you guys see. here, or see what I see. So I had to pull this board off the back here, because I was checking anything on this system that could be grounded. So I pulled this board off. I couldn't find anything going on over here. So what I did actually is I reset the unit, and I cleared the ground fault and the unit, and I commanded all the indoor units to come on from up here, which I'll show you guys how to do that. But anyways, I did all that, and I noticed that this fan came on, this one didn't back here, but this one did come on. Ran for a short little minute as the whole unit turned off. It tried it again, ran for a short little minute, and then eventually, I think maybe after the second or third time, the ground fault came back on and the unit went back into an alarm. And that same thing, it was the E3 alarm. So while I'm checking here, I'm gonna show you guys what I found. But I got this on ground right here, okay? And I noticed if I go right over here, so I love these probes, by the way. Sorry to throw off track, but these are really nice when you're trying to get inside those pins there. But anyhow, so I get right over here, and I have some sort of reading to ground there. It is mega ohms, but it is a reading to ground, which has kind of got me, because if I go to the plug right here, I have nothing, and right here I have nothing. So let's see what that is. That's a X10A. So if I come over here on the diagram, and I'm looking at it here, I already went through this here, but all right, so right here is your X10A, and it's coming off of your noise filter board there, okay? So anyhow, off of this is your inverter board, that's your noise filter board. So it's coming off of the noise filter board going into the inverter board. So the next thing I did was I went ahead and unplugged that wire. So we unplug it, and then we're gonna check the wire here. Get up in there. Easier if I do it like this here. Alright, so I'm in there now, and I have nothing. However, if I go to the board here, I do have resistance, okay? So then it got me thinking, well, what else comes into this board? I already made the compressor, I checked the compressor, this is the compressor here. I have no issues there at all. So I'm good here. I'm not worried about that, but what's getting me more is this board here. So anyhow, even if I go ahead and unplug the compressor and I check, I still have the same problem here. Now if I go to the compressor leads, then I don't have any resistance there. So anyhow, so I started checking that around, and let me plug this all back in here. So I know it's coming through this board back into this terminal here. So the only other thing that made me think was that, and now keep in mind, I saw the unit run, I saw the condenser fan motors come on, compressor never came on, and then it tripped. So or one fan motor came on, the other one didn't. So I'm looking at this A5P board, the inverter board, and I can see you got two other boards connected to it. You got the A6P and A7P. So that is going to be your fan board there that's connected to that inverter board. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect these fan motors, and we're going to see if we're going to have the same issue or not. Here, so anyways, those boards are really hard to get to. They're way back there, down there, but you can see the plug goes up here, goes through this here, and then comes out and comes to these two terminals right here, so for connectors. So we're gonna unplug that one, and we're gonna unplug this one. All right, so now our condenser fan motors are out of the loop. So let's take a look here. And as you guys can see, I got nothing there now. Look on the other side of it, nothing. On the other side of it, nothing. 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 And nothing. more time, and we have nothing. Okay, so we made a change. Something happened there differently when I disconnected the condenser fan motor. So we're just gonna check the plugs here. I have nothing there. And on this plug here, I have nothing there. I'm worried about that little wire, but let's go ahead and check all of them. Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing here. Alright, so let's check our condenser fan motor. So these go directly to the condenser fan motor. So I'm gonna check this one. Nothing. Nothing. And nothing. So we're gonna check this plug here. Here. Yeah, I got something going on there. I got kilo ohms there. Yeah, 560 kilo ohms. So this motor is to be grounded. So just to be on the safe side, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it. Alright, so I'm already on, let's go ahead and make it on that center wire there real quick. So we're at ohms right now, so I'm all ready to ground. So I'm gonna put this thing on making or insulation test. And we are going to, let's just do 250 to it. And yeah, that motor is grounded. So it won't even take my voltage. So let's switch this over. I think we found our problem here. So yep, same thing here. Motor's grounded. Motor's grounded. Just for kicks, let's go ahead and try the other motor. Alright. Yeah, this motor's good. So that's gonna be our issue, it looks like there. This was a pretty odd and difficult issue to find. However, especially with the E3 alarm. So I hope this video helps you guys know that you know, if you have a E3 alarm on a unit like this, does not necessarily mean it's a high pressure fault, because things go through the high pressure switch, and the way these boards are wired up, according to what I read, you know, they go through that high pressure switch, and that's where you can have these alarms. So anyhow, it was a pretty good find. Kind of glad I found it. So I'm gonna trace this wire back. I'm gonna just see if we're shorted anywhere, or like I said, I mean, it looked like something was in here chewing on something. Man, that's gonna be a hard one to get back up there. But I would love to take a look at that motor. I might have to remove that motor and actually look at it and see if it's grounded at the motor, or if it's something going on with the wiring here. Anyhow, let me kind of play with it, and then I'll show you guys what I find out from that there. I went ahead and powered this thing back on. I'm waiting for it to load up here. I've still got a number 2 flashing there. I'm waiting for that to become solid so I can reset it. But anyhow, I did follow this wire back. It is this condenser fan motor here, and I don't see any damage in the wiring at all. It's gonna be real tough for me to, I mean, you can't really check it there at that condenser fan motor. I'm not gonna do all that work. If I have to, I have to get up here to work on it. So if I'm gonna be up there, I'm gonna replace it anyways. But it looked like something's going on with that motor, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But I didn't inspect the wiring. Nothing was cut or damaged, so I think we're okay there. So once this here finishes up, I can reset that alarm. So anyways, as you guys can see, that ground fault didn't come back. So there. I wonder what happened if I connect this back up, if it'll light up or not. Let's check touch base and see. Yeah, so as soon as I connected that, I got my red LED there. So let's go ahead and pull that off, and let's see if that check. That probably won't clear. We're probably gonna have to manually clear it. So the way I'm gonna do that right now, without turning this thing off, is I'm gonna just unplug this pin. Pretty much loses power to it, and then we'll put it back in, and that should clear it there. So as you guys can see, I got a solid. It looks like it's flashing, but it's really not. It's solid. So I'm gonna hit return one time. See if we can clear this alarm here. I might have to turn off the indoor units here. Let me see. So we're gonna go on 5 and 6. I'm gonna turn them on, and let's just see what it does here. Okay, let's go back to off. Let's see here. Hold on. We're gonna go 5 and 6. We're gonna go to on. Let's see if this thing starts up. Okay, I hear something. Okay, this condenser fan motor's starting to run now. It might trip off on that alarm because this condenser fan motor's not running, but let's just take a quick peek and see what she does here. See if that compressor starts or anything. I think I'm gonna have to change this condenser fan motor because it's not gonna see it running. That might give a certain alarm there, but let's just see what happens. Off. All right, so now we only have the, it looks like it's blinking, but it's actually solid. So let's see if this thing goes back into an alarm or not here. I hope not. I cleared the ground fault, so it shouldn't. The high pressure switch is all checked okay. The transducer checked okay. So let's see what happens here. I don't know. Yeah, the fan's coming back on again. I think it's going to give a fault for that condenser fan motor not running, but let's take a quick peek and see what happens here. Our fan turned off. Trying again. Yeah, I think it wants to see that other condenser fan motor running. I don't think we have an issue with that. There, okay, so we got an alarm now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we got an alarm. So we're gonna find out what that alarm is from up here. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that here through the Daikin app. All right. So we're gonna go here on the Daikin app, and we're gonna go to advanced outdoor settings, and we're gonna look at VRV3 outdoor fault code retrieval. Okay, so we're gonna hit mode until LED 1 is just flashing. We're not gonna hold it, we're just gonna hit it, or H1P, and then we're gonna go 4, 5, and 6. So we're gonna hit set until we get to 4, 5, and 6 is lit. Okay, and then we're gonna hit return one time. And now we got 6 and 7 and 2. So we have 1 and 2, 6. Okay, 1 and 2, 6 and 7. Then we're gonna hit the set button one time. And now we got 5, 6, and 7, and 3 is solid. So 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then we're gonna hit the set button again, and we have nothing. So we're gonna leave it like that there. Besides one flashing. Okay, then we're gonna hit the set button again, and we have 3 and 5. Here, hold on here. I think I messed up. Okay, let's start this all over again. Okay, so we're gonna go 4, 5, and 6. All right, so we got 6 and 7. 6 and 7 right there. Okay, so we're gonna hit set again. It's kind of hard to see because of the light, but it's easier with the cover on here. But okay, now we got 3 is solid, 5, 6, and 7 is flashing, and H1P is flashing. So then we're gonna hit set again, and now we actually have 2 is solid, H1P is flashing. That's it. So 2 is solid, H1P is flashing. Okay, so we're gonna hit, yeah, 2 is solid, H1P is flashing. Okay, so we're gonna hit set one more time, and now we have 2, 3 is solid, 5 is flashing. 2, 3 is solid, 5 is flashing. Fault code retrieval. E7. Okay, so yeah, just as I expected. It says master outdoor unit. This is stating that there's a fault with the outdoor unit fan motor. So looks like I'm gonna have to replace that condenser fan motor before we get this thing up and running. Because I don't think, from everything I know, I don't think you can lock out a condenser fan motor. You can lock out a compressor, you can lock out whatever you want there, but as far as that condenser fan motor goes, you're not gonna be able to lock that out. So at least we know what the issue is now. Just gotta have to get a new condenser fan motor and swap it out, and we should be good to go after that. So I appreciate you guys staying with me on this one. It was a little odd issue. I've never had this issue before, where you had a ground leakage, and it was actually the condenser fan motor that was grounded and going through all that. So and then you also having the high pressure alarm as a result of that. So pretty odd there, but anyhow, we figured it out. I figured it out. So we're just gonna have to get them a new condenser fan motor and go from there. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe, share the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I appreciate it.